Welcome to this edition of The Rhody Reporter, brought to you today from our hermetically sealed bunker, safe from COVID-19. I'll be your host for the segment, Mark Zaccaria. Like it or not, we are all judged by how well we react to crises. Strangely, the most difficult part of any emergency response is recognizing there's a problem in the first place. As the current pandemic mess unfolds, we are already looking back and second-guessing the rightness or wrongness of actions taken. Did U.S. public health officials realize the magnitude of the problem early enough? Well, the answer there is always going to be no. In virtually every emergency, those responsible for reacting to it will wish they'd done so sooner. Political leaders generally recognize an opportunity before they really understand the gravity of the situation. President Trump seized the chance to put himself in front of the American people every day because he knew intuitively that would give him a political advantage. There's no doubt he also came to realize the danger posed first to the national health and then to the national economic well-being, but probably that dawned on him second. Governors such as Cuomo of New York and Newsom of California, even our own Governor Raimondo, closely followed the president's example. They, too, were immediately attracted to the limelight and may even have stayed on their respective stages for one too many curtain calls. But wait, this is Rhode Island. We all know that the real juice resides in the General Assembly. How have the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate fared in all of this? Well, they too saw an opportunity, but it was the chance to dismiss the legislative session early and keep their heads down while the pandemic played out without them. For weeks now, legislative leadership has worked without being seen. They've used questionable emergency authority to quietly increase the state's debt load without having to go through the time-consuming process of putting that decision to a popular vote. They have refused to permit floor votes or even committee consideration of bills on the docket using remote attendance. Really? We all use Zoom these days. What's the problem? Meanwhile, the budget clock is ticking. It seems that we are about to be treated to another rammed through, approved but unread, and largely unfunded formal spending plan. And that'll happen near midnight on the first day leadership lets the two chambers convene. Maybe that's just before the 4th of July. That scenario guarantees that everyone's ox will be gored by whatever is officially enacted. Heck, I know right now that I'll be barking at the moon about it. Worse yet, for the Speaker and the Senate President, whatever nod they make to fiscal realities will mean their progressive left will also be acting out over what they see as the lack of sufficient spending. Lobbyists whose calls are going unanswered now will also be apoplectic about the lack of influence they'll have had over their pet projects. Maybe the Capitol Police will be happy that things have been quiet at the metal detector for a while, but no one else will be pleased by the performance of the two most powerful Pauls in Little Rhody. What does that mean for them? Why, it means considerable erosion of their political power, which may not be fully visible until November. You poorly played, guys.